Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here with my son Ewan, and if we're together it can mean only one thing. It's time for some news, so let's hit that jingle.
Looks like there's news a-brewing. Guess it's time for Jules' new win.
Yes, mate!
And back in the room, and today we're talking about DC, or more specifically, the Black Label imprint, which is a brand new line of comics that they've just announced, and my boy, is it juicy?
Oh, it's
So juicy.
a hot tamale, Jules. It's
it
a
is
hot
indeed.
tamale.
If I was cooking with this sauce, it would be spicy. So go for it. What
Yeah.
we got?
So, Black Label, going to be a new creator kind of led initiative on DC's behalf. It's going to have all their big star talents. We've got a whole bunch of different names. They've announced a few of the books today, and they all sound really, really.
I'll tell you what. I'll do a nice drum roll
Yeah.
for each one. So the
Yeah.
first one up
Yeah.
is
Superman Year One
Yay,
by Frank Miller.
He's an interesting chap.
Yeah, it's being drawn by John Romita Jr., who's really, really cool, but I'm not entirely sold on Frank Miller writing Superman not at this stage in his career either, just saying.
It's one of those things where you cannot deny the man's pedigree of work that he has created, but let's just say that everyone might he might be tailing off a little bit. Winding down might be the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is though, it's going to be great because he hasn't really kicked out many bad lines. Like, I'd say that they're quite controversial.
All-Star Batman and Robin.
I was hoping that we would kind of try and skirt around that one, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So it will be very Miller-esque. So I mean, seeing his take on Superman will be interesting, nonetheless. What else we got? Drum roll.
This is your favourite one. You ready? Batman Last Night on Earth. Yeah.
It's Mad Max. Bat Max.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, I kind of don't know why, Lollipop Chainsaw's popped into my head. You know how she had the detached boyfriend? He's going to have that with Joker. It's going to be a little floaty Joker face. It's
I know that I basically just screamed over the top of that in case you don't have a clue what we're on about. Basically, imagine if Batman woke up in the desert and all he had for company was the severed head of Joker in a jar to basically taunt him forever. And basically, he's in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, so it is Batman meets Lollipop Chainsaw meets Mad Max. How can this go wrong? And it's made by the same people who did the f***ing Heavy Metal line. And I loved that.
He did.
It was so over the top.
I'm so happy for Jules. This is the happiest. I'm so happy for you. You don't get a lot.
I'm happier now than I was when you were born, and I was really happy then because I got a free Twix from the vending machine outside. That was a
They do
fucking
give
good
you
day.
that. That's the thing we do in Britain. You get a free Twix with every birth.
Yeah, man, it's pretty decent. Why do you think I keep having kids?
Yeah.
Just my Twix habit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another line. Do we have any more?
Yes, we do. We have three more. We have Batman Damned by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, and the really cool thing about it is those guys worked on Joker, the graphic novel, which was really cool. It came out right about the time the Dark Knight came out, but it's going to be a team-up book between Batman and John Constantine, set in a world where the Joker has just died. So
Well, that's good. I think that there's a lot you can do outside of the Joker, and sometimes they do feel a bit pigeonholed by that. And I know I'm just saying that after
the Arkham series.
I'm basically just screaming that after going crazy for the fact there's a severed Joker head in the other one. But Constantine is a fantastically well-written character, so hopefully him and Bats will play off each other very well.
Yes.
I imagine there being a lot of sarcastic, dry quips between them. Bants, man.
Wonder Woman Historia.
Whoa! Yeah, okay.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah, so that's
Okay, yeah.
being done by Kelly Sue DeConnick, who did the Captain Marvel reboot for Marvel. So Brie Larson's character that you're going to see in the MCU, she is the one responsible for all of that, basically.
Fair enough.
It sounds like this Homer's Odyssey, Iliad type mythology journey, all about Queen Hippolyta's rise to power, all the way up to the moment Diana
that's
meets
cool.
Steve Trevor. So it's like this massive historical DC text, really experimental storytelling, not just traditional like origin stories, but like a full-on like this is the history of the Amazons type thing. And the cover
wicked.
by Phil Jimenez. Oh boy, that thing is probably behind me right now. It's really cool.
Because one of the things that they have left quite a lot of grey area on is the Amazons, and they're sort of like the whole point is that you're meant to just accept that they have been existing for a long time, even before humanity and whatever. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Really happy to do that. And what's the next one?
Another Wonder Woman book called Diana's Daughter. That's the working title by Greg
Diana's
Rucka.
Daughter.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, but it's done by Greg Rucka, who's done really good stuff with that character before.
Right, okay.
And then finally,
That was another one.
it's called The Other History of the DC Universe, and it sounds really cool because it's being written by a guy called John Ridley, who did the screenplay for 12 Years a Slave. And it's
Oh,
all
wow.
about the DC universe from the perspective of disenfranchised groups. So it goes through all the different characters. So like people like Jon Stewart, Renee Montoya, and it's going through all the different socio-political events that happened throughout the 20th century, like the Civil
wow.
Rights Act, going all the way through. It sounds incredible. I'm so excited for this book.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, I always like it when they flash out the DC universe in ways like this. So is it going to be like a compendium?
I think what they're doing is, I had to reread the announcement, but I think what they're doing is they're releasing these as original graphic novels, which sounds
Okay.
really cool. But they're not burdened by having to like meet a schedule. This is them
Just
like
a
doing their
passion
own
project
things.
almost.
Yeah, so it
That's
sounds
cool.
really exciting. I can't wait. This is the happiest I've been in God knows.
Since you were
Right.
born and I gave you After the Twigs.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that's been some quite big bumper
Yes.
comic news, really,
Yeah.
hasn't it? Go DC, you're doing really well. Now fix your films. Just kidding. They're fine the way they are. Said no one. Just kidding again. So let us know what you thought about all of those announcements down in the comment section below. Which lines are you looking forward to in particular? Here's a hint. It's the Mad Max one. Let's just face it. It is. And as always, I've been Jules.
I've been Ewan.
You've been awesome. And we'll speak to you soon. Bye.